Stone.
This is another episode, another exciting episode. You know, I feel like I'm Kim Muswati today, you know?
Oh no way.
I feel like the position should have actually been different. Maybe Linton Samahare.
No.
Just to make a proper sandwich.
No, actually, guys, no. Actually, the reason we gave me a higher chair is because it's an extra, yeah. The show is like really about the girl and me, of course. So he's an extra, you know, just to balance the...
Let's welcome the people properly. My name is Stone Edge, and welcome to Say Like You Mean It. And I'm featuring the two beautiful ladies and my co-host, Lutando and Boipelo.
So happy to be here. So happy to be here.
Yeah, we're excited. We're excited about this.
Yeah.
If you just joined us, just don't forget to go and subscribe, like, comment on our content on YouTube. Go on our platforms on social media, on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram. Go follow us. And Lutano just got a new TikTok account.
I know, right?
Yeah.
I'm a newbie on TikTok. I've never been one for TikTok, but yeah,
Do you have a TikTok account?
You?
Yeah.
You don't?
No.
Not yet.
I'm sure you
but
share
it's
the
coming.
same.
It's on the way.
Gemini is like
alright.
a late
It's on the way.
boomers to
It's
like
on the way.
typical things. Hey?
It's
Yeah,
definitely on the way. Yeah, like I'm such an old soul myself.
And I think
Yeah.
when you would be amazing on TikTok because like you are more talking about motivation and inspirational, you know.
Absolutely, but I'll tell you one thing, in as much as we are those people that are doing all of that, but in most cases we get our hands so tied, right? So the social media networks are there, but we don't get to be as often because we are always hands on.
Yeah.
This is why you get a person to do it there. I think you are at that level.
Yeah.
But you need to hire me.
What was I saying
But you need to
yesterday?
hire me.
What was I saying yesterday about like having an admin for your social media?
Absolutely.
Can you forget
That is on the way as well.
Yeah.
The whole team, everything.
So I think before we get
Yeah.
any further, let's properly introduce our special guest, Boipelo Letlape.
Hello.
I will let her introduce herself, Bila, because I know I'm gonna forget. Her profile is so like.
Guys, do you want all of it?
Look,
Give us all of it.
You want all of it?
Look, the floor is yours. We want all of it. We want all of it.
All of
Why
it.
do you mean start? Like, get to my guys.
At the beginning.
At the beginning.
Yeah, like now I know you personally.
Yeah.
And I know you because we're from the same place, Pankop, but I feel like I don't know this side of you, but I want to know, or maybe other people would also like to know.
Everybody would like to know.
Yeah, everybody would like to know, like, how did it even start?
This side of me, but the job which you have
I
not
want
yet
that very
unpacked.
beautiful intro. I want that very beautiful intro that you did with the end.
With the
Oh,
end.
that one was dope, bro. That one was dope. I felt like she was on the stage already, you know, like.
Yo, she looks so professional, hey? She
yeah.
looks like she very much looked like in a comfort zone. She was so natural with it.
Yeah.
So can you just that first part, that 30 seconds?
Yeah.
Guys,
Not this part, Chaya.
Yeah,
I like it.
She like I think she's one of the people that I would enjoy taking pictures of, you know, like because
She's natural.
She's natural.
She's
like
in her zone.
Yeah.
She's in her zone.
It comes from, you know, like I think when you have done something repeatedly almost all your life, then it becomes something of who you are. It's not about I'm practicing, but it's just who I am.
Yeah,
you
it's
know
a
what I mean?
calling actually.
Definitely.
It
I
is.
think, you know, when I was young, I would definitely get so many people saying, "But you walk like a model, like you're a model."
And you didn't even realize it at that time.
They used to even call me parking Miss Van der Vaart in Pretoria.
Ooh.
Yeah, I remember that time. I had that name.
Yeah.
So every time when we were walking in town in Pretoria, they'll be like, you know, Miss Van der Vaart. And I was like, guys, what are you guys talking about? And you're Naomi Campbell, and I'm like, oh my gosh.
Oh my
Wait a minute,
God.
maybe we need to
Your
go to
Tyra
the
Banks,
mirror
your
and see
Tyra
what
Banks.
is going on.
Tyra Banks vibes. I used to
Yeah.
watch like Top Model so much. Tyra, they're like those were my shows. I used to watch like the Tyra Banks show and the
I used to watch
what
it
is
because
it?
she was funny, man.
America's
She's
Top Model.
funny.
Yeah, America's Top Model.
She is.
Yeah,
Yeah,
those
she's
were the
funny.
shows that actually inspired us. But you know, to give just a little bit of my introduction into you know what has gotten me here and who I am. You
Okay.
know, the roots. That's
Yeah,
where I am. That's where
Masube
my
O.
roots are.
Can I get 0414, right?
Yeah.
0414.
What does
yeah,
that mean?
yeah,
For
yeah.
people that
JS
come
Moroka.
not from there. What is that? I don't like when people do code, like code vibes and
We're not
everything.
and
you know, it's very beautiful, that place, because it's so historic. Like if you know the name of Pankop, where it comes from, like you know, it's so interesting as to how it came about. So we have some kind of like, you know, our own beach. You must come there and visit us.
Like we have
She's like, okay.
Bikini Vibes Beach or
She's like, okay.
oh, you guys
which ocean
have
is
your,
that?
have your what is that? Your neighbors. Keep on, your neighbors.
Senton, you mean Senton?
No, your neighbors. Your neighbors, please, Steven, stop it. That man-made beach. That man-made beach.
Is it
The Blythe?
Blythe.
Yes, the Blythe.
The
Do you have
Blythe.
like your Blythe vibes?
No.
We do have our own, but that one was less
Natural.
Was it natural?
Yeah,
It's the
natural.
guys here.
With the sand and all.
There isn't Pankop. It's called Pankop. It's because there's a pan, which is like a pan, a pan of water, and then kop, which is like a head or like
It's a mountain.
It's a
top,
mountain.
like, you know.
Yeah,
It's a
it's a
mountain
mountain.
with a little bit of a top.
Yeah, it's
so
a
that's
hill,
the
yeah.
top, like, you know. It's a
Oh,
top.
now I get it. And then the pen is what? Frying eggs?
It's a pan of water. What?
No, you didn't get it. Thank you.
I didn't, bro. I can't believe I'm gonna catch that
Very
next
much
month.
When we really posted.
Okay, you know what? Let's Boipelo out.
Introduce us.
Yeah, I'm just a young woman from, you know, Motherland.The, Pankop village, Wanakomasube, and when you speak about I should do my introductions, I normally say that I never know where to start.
Okay.
But one thing that I'm so proud to is that I'm a Christian. You know, and I think that is exactly what has inspired me to be who I am. Where do I start, guys? Where?
At the beginning.
At the very least beginning.
Oh my
we know that people like they saw her like you're gonna be a model by how you walk. But then I wanna know, did you decide to walk like that, or was it something that just came naturally?
It definitely did come natural. You know, they will normally say that, you know, but why they must pay attention to Manababona
At a very young age.
You know, it's very
especially
important.
black parents.
Yeah, because I believe, and when you are still young, you are so innocent and you are so pure, and you know, to the creativity and everything, where everything just flows right around you. And I think you are able to express yourself in your most authentic self. I mean, right now we are old as women, especially like I will say, you know, we are so conscious about our weight gains, you know, how we look, you know, you need to look the point, but when you were young, you can just go like, you know, go out there, play, but I mean, like you look up and go yeah. So I think for me, it just came from the place of, it's an inspiration from where I come from, and an inspiration of a woman and what a woman is supposed to be. Not what a woman is supposed to be, but I mean that what a woman is meant to be by owning her true self, right? In an essence.
Individually, that is. Individually.
So I think for me, it was a matter of having to be a young woman, what to then go Pankop, and then I wanted to find myself in the world, and first and foremost, that was my purpose. Right? It's so important to find your purpose. I think when you find your purpose, everything else, you know, flows from that. And I like to say maybe I was pretty much lucky to be the young woman who was more diligent into listening to that, you know, voice, that little voice that came, you know, questioning and having to give me the conviction to say, Mara, who are you? You know what I mean? And when you look at your surrounding, you know, like Utako villaging, you know, there's no the Apollo guys, you know.
But in actual fact, there's a lot happening in Pankop.
Now, of course there is.
Of course there's a lot happening because you guys come from there. But yeah.
It's us, bro.
It's us. I want to ask I want to ask this, right? Because you're young in Pankop, growing up and whatever, how do you then look beyond your parameters where you say, I want to do this and then I want to reach at this level?
Very, very much challenging, I can tell you. Because the parameters says otherwise. Like, you know, like when they tell you, for an example, you know, you're going to be a kid. And you're like, okay, but I'm in a shack. Like, what are you talking about? How do I become a
it's like
king?
It's unrealistic,
you know,
right?
You understand? Like, it's one of those, and I think it's a story of most of the young women. They're not only young women, but, you know, to all genders, especially coming from a background you ask yourself, can I? I mean, never in my wildest imagination have I ever thought that I will be a young woman who will see myself there, you know, by the store, and I get to see my face on the hairpiece of Darling South Africa.
Bro, when I saw your face, I went nuts. I'm like, wait a minute.
I saw it as well. I'm like,
Yeah, I'm like, who's this?
Yeah.
No. And give me the level Boipelo, ngwana ko haine. Boipelo on those darling
pieces.
Karen. No. Then one time, I don't know what I was doing, but he won.
Yeah.
What? No way.
Yeah, like I think it's about alignment and determination.
Yeah.
Especially, I believe that your background must be the one that moves you forward and all of that. And that's exactly what has happened to me. I looked around and I said, I have so many questions. I'm a woman, but who am I as a woman? I'm Boipelo, and what is my name? Pride. Therefore, I think I believed in the essence of living my everyday life, with the central motivation of saying, I'm going to do everything as a woman that is going to bring me that pride. Not only to myself, but an extension to
Oh!
my
Yeah,
as
she's
well.
right. And now that you're mentioning it, it's funny how we get to live up to our names subconsciously. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Yeah. You're saying Boipelo means pride, right? That is exactly what it means. And that is really what you embody, right?
Yeah.
It's not something that you plan, right? It's not a name that they knew or whatever you're gonna become that. But
Absolutely.
just organically we live up to that,
It is the way it is. Like, for an example, I will say, be very conscious about what you even say.
Yeah.
I mean, there's so much power in what you speak out. What you speak out, you profess. What
Yeah.
you say with your mouth, it becomes alive.
Right.
So if you say, yeah.
You can't do that to your
Oh my
kid.
God.
We should be very cautious
Of the name.
of the names. They carry so much
That's
power.
why
right.
Barlina Borello. Yeah.
Yeah,
right.
so
Yeah.
we need to really be those very people that. So enough for me, my story began with that question mark. Who am I? I'm a woman. Who am I? A woman in a small village called Pankop. Who am I? And I think from the very beginning, my name, before many things could come to being, it came with the manifestation of who I am as my name.
Yeah.
And then truly, what is it that God has actually, has allowed me to do in terms of my name as Boipelo. And I said to myself, you know what? I don't have all the answers, but as I run with the meaning of this name, I know I'm going to get my answers. And I think that's how it all began.
Is that your only name?
It is.
You're like me. I mean, I only have one name. I feel like my
me,
mom
yeah.
knew. I'm not gonna like.
Hey.
I'm
Like
so
how do
grateful.
you guys feel about like English and Afrikaans names?
I'm still, in question as to how did they come about?
Yeah.
What has inspired that?
Yeah, I personally, I named my son Simba. Right?
Simba.
So in full is Simba Rashe.
Okay.
Right? So it's a Shona name.
Okay, okay.
Somebody asked me on Facebook, so you do know that Yuzelo is Shona, so why did you name his dad?
It's
and I'm like,
African.
no, it's an African name. Why did you name your child a Western name?
Bro.
Because Simba Rashe means power of God.
Wow,
So to me it was like it made sense, right? It made sense because I'm an African, so picking up an African name is fine. I'm like picking up a Western name.
And you get to pride yourself in that because it's your identity. You don't shy away from it, but you embrace it.
You don't.
Right? So I think also with my modeling journey, it became that you know what, I wanted to be
Nakupa-
not only central to myself,
Yeah.
but I
Nakupa-
believe that I could be that woman who can make my nation proud, but also make everybody else proud and be the representation of women in the prideful way that can say, you are beautiful as a woman, and then you can be able to achieve your goals, and definitely you can be the best, anything
Version
that
of
you-
yourself, right?
exactly, anything that
So,
you really want to become.
how do you personally define beauty of a woman? Be it physically or whatever, however you define beauty.
I'm glad I'm not the one who's asking this question.
Oh my God!
This is not a question that you ask to guys. This is not a question you ask to men, right? I know you're gonna answer me very well. I trust
In
you.
terms of the beauty, right? So I'm one person who with the vastness of perspectives.
Yeah.
But then the beauty, I find the beauty to be in everything.
Yes.
Right? And when it comes to women, I say that what makes a woman beautiful is her ability to own truly who she is.
She is. Thank
Right?
you.
And whether you are coming with the scars or whatever, but we must come to the point of saying, we are imperfect human beings, but at the same time, we must embrace who we truly are.
Thank you.
You were
Thank
made
you.
exactly the way you are for a reason, and you are wonderfully and fearfully made by God. So as a woman, own up who you are.
I like that.
I don't
like-
want.
The standard of a woman is beautiful or is being put to say mosadi o pila ka lebaka la gore o na le dikhefa or o etsang. You still beautiful.
Maro, move down the last
Still.
one. How the last?
Sounds very. I told her the other day that you saw
Ooh,
him. I like that you don't really base the beauty on the physicality of a woman, right? Because that can be manipulated or changed or whatever. So I like that you're saying you must just embrace yourself in your imperfections. And also, how do you even say that you're not perfect? Because you cannot be measuring your own beauty to somebody else's, right? So in your very image, that is beauty. Don't embrace yourself in imperfections. You're not imperfect. You're perfect the way that you are. Because beauty is not like based on one person. It's not boxed, right? It's really like to an individual. It's not something that is physical, right?
That is so true. And I think another challenge that we do have is that we live in a world whereby we are open to what we call your influencers, your public figures.
Yes.
So because we are open to their lives every single day, then it has become that thing that, this is our standard of living. So whatever that we are exposed to, we say to young women as well, this is how you should be. Just because this public figure is doing this is what you need to do.
Yes.
Again, it brings me to this, what has inspired my journey of being courageous to say that, what, I wanted to be the kind of woman who can be the voice to the voiceless, and at the same time be the woman of which can say to a young woman that, it does not matter your background.
Yes.
It does not matter if you've got your skin color that is so dark.
Preach!
You know what I mean?
Definitely.
But then exactly the way that you are, you can still rise up to the call of the woman that you've been called to become.
Thank you.
Ooh.
Thank you. Yes. So how was I want to get to this, right? How was
This is good,
your high school experience? I want to understand how was it growing up as a girl in high school, Pankop? Do you see yourself like beautiful as now? Obviously you're matured and you understand better, right?
Yeah.
But growing up, how did you feel? Did you feel like you're not as like beautiful according to societal beauty standards? How did you feel? How was your high school experiences in terms of the dating scene, the beauty standards in that days?
I'll tell you what, so as you take me back to when I was growing up as a young woman, I think this is where the conviction is. Going back again to my introduction, that made me to have that question to say, Boipelo, who are you? It was a matter of, I can just, admit it that I grew up in an environment whereby it was beautiful when I look back now because it made me who I am.
Today,
But I am one of the young women that growing up I experienced what we call bullying. Right?
What is that?
Bullying.
Bullying, yeah.
So they will bully me and I will answer.
No bula joro mo latin no. Apin na lo enar kaplege wa. Ramulado po na wala kale no. Yeah.
So I experienced those things, but I believe that's why they say that, where there is opposition, there's always an opportunity.
Thank you.
Right? So I believe that. Oh, thank you. It smells so good.
Yeah.
We tried as well.
Yes.
But I was growing up in an environment whereby I was this young woman, and I was pretty much young, obviously.
Yeah.
I had not yet developed, as you stated, for I was still young. So I had this, attacks as a young woman growing up. And then another thing that really motivated me is that I didn't want to be like them. I wanted to share them. I wanted to show them that you are my sister. I love you, and I don't have to be the reflection of your poor actions towards me. But I'm going to rise above that, and by so doing, I'm also going to make it my responsibility as a woman that I'm going to be a responsible woman, so that at the end of the day, I can be able to actually teach you in my conduct how to become a decent human being towards other people.
And isn't it funny that, because my question is basically based on societal beauty standards, right? In our days of high school, we had a certain standard, right?
Absolutely.
And whoever associated that as beauty, isn't it funny that the people that were seen beautiful right now are not relevant because the standards change, right? I'm not trying to say
whatever,
and what you're talking about, I think what you're talking about brings us to this point of it's so very, very important to be authentic.
Yeah, be original.
Because if you really base your beauty on who you are and what you believe in, whatever, it really stays consistent, right?
Absolutely.
So if when I pila no, because it's 2023, a butt is, you have to have a butt curves and whatever makeup frontally. Then what happens
But also according to whose standard, because as a woman, your beauty should be that thing of you must know already that you are beautiful.
Yes.
You understand?
Must feel beautiful,
Anything
yeah.
else that comes afterwards in terms of the
Yeah.
extension of your beauty, it's the matter of saying this is an enhancement of who I am.
Yeah.
It doesn't cover really anything.
So social media really plays a bigger role in this concept, because look, if no that's what social
What
media is
about-
saying.
what-
And front like a wave, you put some front like a wave.
You know, like, and
Come to my shop, I'll
and there was something, I remember, I think there was a trend that was coming in terms of, like, you know, your frontal, like a woman who does not have frontal. I think not so long ago, it was trending on social
Very
media.
much new, yeah.
You know, talking about somebody else's frontal and making, and we have this, I mean, already we live in a world that we are faced with so many societal issues.
Yes.
That we
Yes.
have depression, your mental health, all of these things, but we are the very same people that are contributing towards
Yes,
that by
definitely.
feeling each
Yeah,
other. And again, why are you busy talking about frontals when we have, you know, economy going down?
Because if frontal is
You know,
Like, why are we doing
We
that?
have so much issues in our hands.
If frontal is fashioning, and then we say you are beautiful because you've got braids, then you have to live up to. Every time you have to live up to that.
It's really
What
hard
about
to
that
get
young
it
woman?
feeling.
What
Like,
about
we have to be honest.
that? What about that young woman who, at their house, they do not, or they cannot afford frontal or earrings, right? Now that young woman is crushed in their spirit, and they think that they do not qualify to be existent today. They can
And they cannot depression.
they can go as far as
Yeah.
committing suicide, because the world says that, baby girl, at this age you must be having this.
Wow.
Yeah.
So we also need to deal about things like your peer pressure.
Right.
It's very, very important. It goes back to be authentic.
To yourself.
You understand?
Guys,
Be
let's
authentic.
not forget to appreciate our people.
Yeah.
While we're here, if you just joined us, please go and subscribe, go and comment, go like on our content. And then we have our beautiful ladies. Today I'm featured. I feel like I'm King Muswati today. I feel like I'm in Eswatini. I have Boipelo and I have my co-host Lutando. And also, I don't want to forget our partners, Zawadi, Moving on African Grounds, and Mint Media House, which is our publishing company. And now we have our brother here, Mr. Brian, bringing us with TSC Trading, which is a transport a company. So go check him out. We'll leave the details at the bottom of the screen, and then you can go check him out on the social platforms. But right now, I want
to get to the business of the day, right? Everybody knows your face. I think at this point you've trended enough on social media platforms.
Bruh, her video was shared how many times again?
I don't know, but I think they
A
have
lot of
about
time.
7 point something.
Yeah.
Yeah, 7
A
point
lot of
something.
time.
More than
right?
180 something I saw.
Yeah. It was shared, right?
A lot of time,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
And thank you
It was
so
shared.
much.
It was shared. More than
I'm
180.
so humbled. I'm so humbled by the love of my people, by the love of everybody else, because it says that, you know, we believe in the dream of a village child.
Yes.
But besides that, it's a matter of that it's so nice to witness the unity that, you know, as people, when we get together, we can go as far, even as the nation.
Yeah.
So I really truly appreciate that.
Yeah, so tell us about that. Your Miss South Africa entry. What is that about?
Wow, so my South Africa entry, to be honest, and I should be very, very honest
Yeah,
about
please.
it. You know, guys, like
This
when
is
you
saying like you mean it.
Ah, come on, I got that. You know what? So when I think when I started my BD Patience was about in 2012.
Yes. What was your very first entry into the industry?
Yeah, because I've got so many. Yeah.
So this is just a
I've
lot.
seen your profile, girl.
You've seen my
I've seen your profile, girl. You've been doing the
She's
catwalk.
big, bro.
She's
She's
been
big.
here
She's
every
big.
day. She's here.
Okay, yeah, I think my first one, to be honest, I remember my first entry was in church, guys.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
was it church,
was
like
it a
my
like a beauty pageant
It
or?
was actually more like a fashion show.
Oh, nice.
That's the first one.
Yeah.
That's where it began. You know, the
How old were
foundation
you
of
this
it.
time?
Yo, I'm not quite sure, but I think I was 15
Oh,
or 17.
Yeah.
Somewhere there, 16, somewhere there.
Mm.
But yeah, it was a fashion show at church. And then from fashion show at church, it went as far. I think I was what do you call it? I was walking by the way, it was State Theatre,
Yeah,
where
yeah.
there were this big stages all
Yeah.
there, and I think it was the face of Tanya Ambassador.
In public? Was
In
it
public.
like stages in public?
Yeah, and it was so full. You know, because State Theatre,
Yeah.
like it's always normally full. So I went there.
And cameras.
Yeah, and I found people there, you know, moving and doing their thing. They are
You know, minding their
And I
own.
said like, no. But this looks like really something that I can definitely do.
yeah.
Right?
Was it where you like your first love came about?
But my first love started in the bathroom.
Passion.
The passion was first in the bathroom. I
No,
remember.
wait. We need to get this issue about you. Did you put your phone there and you were like,
Yes, that's what
What did
happened.
you do? What was the story?
Do it again.
Okay, it's time.
Look, exactly. You see, I remember I even changed my name on Facebook to Whipsy Tyra Bang.
Oh my god, I knew it!
We were there, you know. All I could see was legit like, Tyra Banks.
I know.
They used to call me Whipsy Tyra Banks. And I think also I got like
That
the
was
name
our
of-
era though. Tara Banks was
Yeah,
our
Tara
era.
Banks.
babe.
Yeah,
Tyra
and I was in a bathroom and I just found this
Tyra
passion of taking pictures.
All of them we
I used to take pictures.
And then catwalk. Did you have that? Did you like
Practice
look at
or-
videos and practice, or did you take classes for that?
It just came naturally. I think what you envision in
How do
your
you-
head, what you like, if you say I'm a model and it starts
In
to
your
live in your
head,
head,
yeah.
you become it.
You become it, right?
Yeah.
The walk
Because
and the
now
talk
I
and
started to
everything.
be walking like I'm a model. When I'm walking, I'm
I remember
Tyra
on
Banks.
our talk the other day when she was speaking. I could envision you this way. Like,
What's the gym?
and then I said to her, you need to.
Yes,
I needed you to come down because I feel like your shoulders are tired.
And like I'm calling a thing.
She naturally, like,
mm.
even when she doesn't want to do that,
Yeah.
does it also like, Holumo Jolong, baby?
Like, where's the cameras? Okay.
Okay.
Take my better side.
It's because I see, cause you're at a point whereby you don't just switch it off. Like
Yeah, it's
literally,
there.
I'm calling normal.
Look, I'm going to say 2 years.
You can, but 10 minutes ago fairly before you do that. So. Better, mama. Do you do that? Can I have?
No, but you know what? I think it's something that you do like over time, and then
I think
you
it's
get,
like that
yeah.
because now you know what happens there. I remember I went to this other casting. You know, I went to this other cast. I'm not gonna mention their name.
Yeah, sure.
But when I got there, I was actually came there to do my casting.
Yeah.
When I got inside, I was like, So you see, they put your cameras there, and and it's a whole group of the directors and other people, and they're looking at you because it's your casting, and there's a your setup of autographs and whatever there and all of that.
Yeah.
So I came inside, so you can see like when I came inside, they were like so silent. And I walked in, and as I walked in, and I did my thing, and and I presented myself, and I said, my name is Boipelo Letlape, and I am.
No, you don't say it like that. My name is Boipelo Letlape. I like literally that part, yeah, that's my part. Please do it for me, please. And the thing is, she didn't.
I think it differs with what she's doing it for.
I like it when she did this.
Rehearsed, them for a while.
The thing is, she doesn't even have to. She's done it so much that she doesn't even have to. Cameraman, she's like, the minute she sees the light, she's like.
but let's talk.
The same thing happened.
Right?
So when I was at the casting, they're like, "Hi, Bo." It's like, "Is this who you are?" And I'm like, "Yes." And it's like, "Did they teach you this when you were young?" And I'm like, "What?"
It's like you were brought up in
The
in
way,
London. It's like you were
babe.
brought up in London.
No way, baby. Fashion week, everything all day. Naomi.
Serious, dog. Like,
And they were telling me like, "Is this?" And I said like, "Yes." It's like, did they teach you how to? And like, it's like, no. And it's like, but what is it that you do? Like, we can see, like already you're a beauty queen. You like, the way you are. Like, did they teach you how to talk, how to mold yourself? And I'm like, but this is who I am.
Yeah.
And it's not the matter of that. Even when you go high, it remains the same because it's always the matter of you are always nothing.
Hala bisa na ko hen.
You're when I go high.
Wana na ko banyo ko na.
They were telling me
Are you
even
playful? Do you have a playful side?
I do. And
I'm sure she lets go like at some stage.
This is like, you know what
No,
I mean?
speak in your mother tongue. I think that's where you switch into.
Uswija to strata.
Because when she starts to speaking English, it's like she turns into.
Yeah. Articulate. That's the word that I was looking for.
So, but when she starts to speak in her mother tongue, it's like she calms down.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, yeah, I'm not calm. I don't know.
No, you're calm, but what I mean is you're much relaxed in that manner.
Yeah.
Because just speak in your mother tongue.
But it's still the same. Like, that's why.
Yeah.
It's not, trust me, the transition is like.
No, and like the last time, no, we've been like, what I had now, you make us feel small. But no, even your English is not South African, and I'm like, and they always say, it's like, when you do this, like you hold the bathroom, tap like this, like what's going on?
People beauty queen.
Yeah, so you gotta play the part, you know.
It's in Slay Queen, by the way.
It's in Slay Queen. Hey. Bale body shampoo.
So yeah, I wanted to really talk about your Miss SA and
Miss South Africa. Like a Miss South Africa. So Miss South Africa, Jenny next to guys. That's what we call a process,
Okay.
But we all have our dreams. We all have our own thing. And to be honest, it is never a straight line.
Yes,
it's
definitely.
always like this, right? So I invested everything into ensuring that this is the ultimate goal. This is it, and wanna be a woman. And whatever it takes, guys. You must do whatever it takes. And to be honest, nobody's gonna hand you things on a silver platter.
Yeah.
Nobody's gonna knock at your door.
But you need to go out there and knock on those doors constantly. And I believe that's what I've done for a very long time. Until it came to a point, and the more you grow up, the more then you become mature. The more you become mature, then you also start to envision yourself repositioning. You know what I mean? My dad always said to me, Boipelo, you always have to make a room for improvement. It does not matter where you are, but make sure that you always become better and best at what you do.
Yeah.
So in Miss South Africa, it came at a time whereby I had set myself into other things, and as much as many things, I am a philanthropist. I like giving back to the community. That's where my whole life has went to in most cases. I empower young women, I'm a leader in different types of rooms whereby I'm able to make decisions for the communities and be able to influence the masses and all of that. So I do quite a lot of things. So I'm a woman with many hats.
I have my phone because I need you to listen to something that I received this morning. Yeah? So what I did was I went to a few people that I know for you somewhere or or something like that.
Okay.
But then there's only one person who came back where like you were involved with him more projecting and we are the sanitary pads.
Okay, wow, this is a surprise.
Do you wanna guess who it is?
Play for her.
You wanna guess?
It's Mr. Stone A.
No, it's not me, bro. Who is it?
Well, I've been involved with
Pankop.
I've worked with many people. Mama
It's Joke.
Oh, wow!
It's okay. So like this is the voice note. I'm just gonna put this on like close
put
to
it on
it.
speaker to
This
mine.
is a surprise.
Sure. No, sorry.
I don't know if you can hear it.
I think from my side, actually I get a lot, but I used to do some things there, and I used to do this sanitary pads that I have. So yeah, so some of the things that I need to be doing just to support her based on channel and Nzale Moyo. Because then keep busy, DJ and all, and then Nazalazar like Bunyana I contribute towards the sanitary pads that I have high. So one of the things a lot. So like I can't link up alien, but a lot from childhood life I'm not that good because so I got Zanka Holale. No, what's a Malay on Matlonga and Zeli. Zelon sharp when I tell a contest. Yeah, to Sabato. You're not
Do you keep contesting?
That's all applying up until today. So yeah, so enough from my side. I only worked because on the sanitary press drive came to donate stuff from the gigs.
So is that your homie?
Yeah,
Do you know?
Yeah, this is
I
our
know
homie,
him. Like, you
yeah.
know, I would say what is one of the most like
Influential, yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
Joe is one of the people that every time when there's something, Joe, like, you know, we are doing this, he comes and he shows
Yeah,
up. But, you know, do
yeah.
you need anything? Like, he's there,
Shows
he's a
up, eh?
DJ
He's
as
an
well.
active DJ,
Yeah,
like
so
very active.
Oh,
he
okay.
definitely
Event
shows up, and he's
organizer
such a, you know, he's such a lovely man who loves, you know, to also uplift our community.
Yeah,
And like
yeah.
money, like every time there's something, because I've done so many projects, he's
With
always
him.
been there.
Yeah.
It does not matter whether, like, you know, the number is 10 or 20 people, he's going to be there. And I like to appreciate him for the consistency.
That's good. That's great.
By the way, the voice note that we were listening to is Joe K from Pankop, our residential DJ at Pankop, Odala Chila Nati every weekend. So if you wanna check him out, go on Facebook. It's Joe K Khadile. So go check him out. He's a great guy. He's a great guy.
Yeah. He is like like, you know, a selfless young man.
Yeah.
Lena, he always makes sure that he uplifts the youth. Like, you know, support is important.
Yeah.
So we try by all means, you know, to say where we don't wait to get there in order for us to give back
to each
but
other.
you know what I mean? The little that we have, guys, start with what you have. You never know what change it will do to somebody else.
Yeah.
What small it will bring.
That's amazing.
That's our mantra, and I think, yeah, essentially.
I saw that you've got a, I don't know if I'm gonna say it right, beauty pageant workshop. What is it like? Do you train girls for the pageant? What is
Yeah, so I think I remember after I was on the top model South Africa, but I think it was also even before that. I like to say, wherever that I'm going, God, let it be the equation of that I'm taking somebody with me, especially a young woman.
Definitely.
I made that, you know, pledge to say, guys, we all do know what we want. We know as a young woman, you know, who got dreams, you know, we know what is normally get to be put before us, you know, when we have these dreams, you know, like, there's so many struggles and adversities that we don't get to have room enough to talk about as young women who are aspiring to become something.
Yeah.
And I think this is where now, even in South Africa, you end up seeing those young women giving themselves off, you know, to your bless us, you know what I mean, in order to maintain lifestyles, you know, or maintain themselves, because they've been put in these vulnerable positions whereby we don't get to really address those kind of issues. So as a young woman myself, I said to myself, like, you know what, this is what I'm going to do, and then I'm going to live it out. And in as much as I live it out, with the authenticity and the wisdom that God gives and the strength, I believe that one day the world shall be able to know that, you know what, indeed, as a young woman, you can rise above anything. And you can get to where you're supposed to be.
I like that, because I think it's a very great initiative. Coming from like very small places, I don't know.
Small towns,
Towns,
small villages,
whatever.
you know.
You don't want to be that one of the people ballering the only top model Kubanko, right?
Absolutely.
You know, you get people that are successful from small towns and they want to come back to Bukasi and, you know, have boys boy and whatnot. I don't like that. I think I was watching some podcast. I don't remember clearly who it was and whatever, but I remember what they spoke about. This guy said, look, I don't want you to come to me, Gadi, you know, your German cars and whatever, and park them in front of me, and you know, I need you to come back to Kasi and empower young people.
Yeah.
That's how
That
it's supposed
this
to be.
is the route that
Black
you take.
young
This is
people,
what you
like-
do for you to get here. I don't like it when you, like, you know, with yourself be the only top model for Kasialena, and then you want to be praised in that.
Yeah.
You
Right?
understand? And I am the only
Build
way
a
to
legacy
build
on that. Remember,
There must be.
people don't only build a legacy within your family.
should be
because
a lot of
you could
them.
have a daughter right now and she doesn't want anything to do with pageants, right?
Exactly.
But if you really uplift your community, really that is a good thing,
And
because you're inspiring
I've
people.
definitely seen that taking place. I remember when I came back home, you know, after I have graduated and I've settled and I've done with, and I said to myself, I see the situation and I see what's happening. God, give me the strength and the courage to be that young woman who's going to take a less road traveled. So I dedicated my years of living, instead of trying to be the kind of woman who can easily just advance herself.
Yeah.
I did not care about they're
Yeah,
already
yeah.
driving
You stayed
cars
on your
whenever.
own lane.
I knew that, you know what, I'm going to walk this because wherever your passion is, that is where your treasure is. You
Yes,
understand?
yes.
So I had the initiative of taking young women, and I remember what Dr. JS municipality, Gomorrah Valley.
Yeah.
I went to almost every school where I will get invited to just, do beauty pageants charging. And in that time, I will
like
also offer
that.
motivation
Yeah.
and workshops. And that's where, the movement of, beauty pageants started to be much more famous in that Dr. J.S. Moraga municipality. But then it was a matter of exactly what you just said, Hore. You know what, it's about really, passing on the bait.
Yes,
I
definitely.
can go there, you can also go there. You understand?
Yeah.
We together can go there. And I can tell you even right now, I have mentored so many young women that today they are actually embarking on different types of platforms. And if you look into them as well, they are also doing those things of giving back to the community. And when I look back, I feel that, you know what, even today, if God can say, Boipelo, now Wanaga, you have to go. And it's like, God, yes, I still have so much more lives to impact, but then I was able to witness your power. That young women now today, they know that they can rise up and do not wait to make it first, but actually contribute and build up their community.
You're right. Essentially, God uses you as an instrument, to actually lift up your family or be the community. Because sometimes Mulimo can offer success for only like a time being, because you're using like that against everybody else.
Yeah.
You understand? You just want to be the light that is shining up, like over everybody else. Can't think Mulimo is just
chase a
using
cloud,
you understand? Can't think that is why some people success don't last that long, because you want to use it to be above everybody else. I think God is only putting you in the forefront so that you can actually pick up everybody that is coming behind you.
And that is so absolutely true.
Like
sorry, my I remember I'm much more of a church girl, right?
Yeah,
but my bishop will say to me that
don't make it sound like it's a bad thing, eh?
No, it's a good thing. It is. I always
it's okay.
And I
It's
think
okay.
also, and I should emphasize that, my upbringing itself in terms of the woman that I've come to be and continue to become has a lot to do with Christianity and having to be sharpened spiritually and having to be disciplined and grounded as a woman. Hey, I get about today. None of our we got those whippings, okay? No way.
You're right.
You understand?
And,
so, they did what? Molded us at the same time.
Who we are.
Yeah, and made us who we
I don't want to make it seem like it's different, but I think being brought up by a peasant grandmother has its perks.
Yeah, lots, bro.
Yeah, because you really have, like, this, beliefs or whatever.
We can say my tail,
you can tell.
Yeah.
That's the difference. Yes.
Hey, by 5 you must be up. It cannot
Those things
happen.
will forever be rooted in you. It doesn't matter how much you try to change yourself, but you will forever live up to them.
And I feel like this magogo kasi mo tsaka anxiety. What is anxiety?
But also, I think we shouldn't like let down.
Because those, I mean, we definitely are living in the changed times. We are so, especially with technology, that's brought so much changes, right?
Yeah.
But as I say, when I was, my bishop said to me, your beauty can either be a curse or a blessing. Use it
Who is your
wisely.
bishop, if you don't mind?
That's Dr. Bishop Semekitonga.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that's the man that was able to really straighten me out and say, these are the wisdom that I can give you as a young woman. As you grow up, nurture yourself with this, nuggets of wisdom, in the Word of God, and then from that onwards. I mean, even in the Bible, it speaks that teach your children the way they should go, while they are still young, so that as they grow up, they will never depart from that route.
Yeah.
And I think that thing, because we have overlooked it in so many ways, it's the reason why today we have our teenagers that can tell you I have rights. I mean, my baby girl, my son, you are still a child under my roof, and if I say this, you must be able to listen to me. Right? So today we don't have that. Today we don't have right. You know what I mean?
Get anxiety,
and it's not something that we should. I think mental health is very important.
Yeah, it's real. Like, don't get me
especially
wrong.
in the world that we're living in now. I own up to my mental health. My sanity comes first. If you don't take care of that, literally nothing else is going to work
And I
in your
think
life.
also with your technology, guys, technology makes everything convenient for us and so fast, right?
Yeah.
Right now, I can just say Uber Eats. You know what I mean? Right now, I can just meet with somebody on social media. I don't necessarily have to, like we start relationships
so
on
instantaneous.
you get your jobs, you get to apply online and everything. And I think also while it comes with the good sides of it, but also it has those, it's a matter of pros and cons.
Yeah.
Right. And then technology, we have social media platforms like your Instagram. You know what I mean? Of which centers everything around the lifestyle. Who drives this expensive car? And who does this and all of that. While it could be good to say, what, we are able to achieve this and it's possible.
Yes.
But also at the same time, as a public figure, about the certain things about being a woman. Are you being true to yourself? Are you achieving those things the right way? Are you really working hard, or are you doing anything else that we do not know nothing about?
Now that you're saying it, I was watching some clips on social media, and so this guy drives up to a girl, okay? Drives up to a Kasi girl.
What was he
young
driving?
girl. He was driving a convertible Audi. I don't know. Yeah, I don't remember very well, but it was a convertible. So he drives up to this girl, offers her a lift and whatnot. The girl has manamela koloi. She wants to put up her feet on the dashboard, whatever. And this guy's like, baby girl, these things are very cheap. Tena skolo,
Hey.
do your thing.
Yeah.
You'll realize how cheap these material things are.
And that is
You don't have
true.
to first offer your body to
Thank
get
you.
these things, right?
I think, and I must highlight this thing. You see that thing of which you just said about it. It's
Yeah.
also one of the things that's said to me as a woman, because I also met up with those things, to say that Boipelo, you're already modeling or whatever, or you want this opportunity. So before you can get this, please offer yourself. And I had to make that decision to say no, thank you so much. I will really take the less road traveled, and I will get there, and God will make sure that
With
I
your
get
own
there.
sweat,
With
right?
my own sweat,
With your own
because I
sweat.
believe that you're a human being. I'm a human being. You have brains. I've got brains. You've got food. I've got food. Like, I have what you have. I mean, what is it that you have that I do not have? The only thing that can make us, different is that the way we think.
Women need to just realize that money is
I'm
not.
glad, I'm glad that women are saying this, because like
women need to realize that. No,
the thing is,
there's
And
rich
you-
women
you-
in this fucking
absolutely.
country. There's women that really have money. German cars to them are like.
And guys,
babe.
also this thing of, I mean, let's also, when we speak about, like, in the essence of your beauty pageants,
Yeah.
because I think my other motivation of having to be in beauty pageants is that I wanted to be in the voice of the voiceless.
Yeah.
But it also means that I needed to be the kind of a woman who says that I am willing to be at the front of addressing certain issues, to say that, in order to save a life.
Yes.
To say that even as a woman, we can attach ourselves, or we have this thing of identity crisis. There's somebody today, they are driving a BMW or whatever Beamer.
Yeah.
If they lose that car today, can you believe that tomorrow they might be depressed or even commit suicide simply because they lost that car?
now I'm more of a blunt
understand?
guy, like I'm gonna say straight. Like basadi ba bolela jo, like they're saying this, and it's something I think most females should get it into their heads.
Identity crisis is what we are dealing with today.
Especially as
Women,
That's why it is so simple for men to buy us with material
And
things.
and again, even if it's
But it's
like
not all
that,
men that do that, eh?
No. Look, not all men. Not all men. I'm not gonna come here on some. No, not all men.
And even if it's like that, here's another thing, guys. We live in the world whereby we were created to be a man and a woman. You understand? And this thing of having to say, I'm a woman and I can do it, yes, you can do it, but it does not mean that you also have to eliminate the necessity of having man in the society. Right? As man and woman, we need to be united in order for us to create a progressive society. Today, we look into our households, we have absence of fathers. Is that doing us any justice? No, guys, it is not. You understand? As a woman, you also cannot say that I'm going to be a father and mother. There's a reason why there is a mother, there is a father.
Exactly.
The minute that we get to understand our essence and our important roles into how we can build our society in those regards, the more our society can progress, and we can also have healthy environments for our children and leave legacies.
Right. Now that you've said that, because seemingly you're a very independent woman, right? How do you feel about submission to men? Because I know.
Submission? Allow submission. I'm kidding.
I know that I'm not gonna say when you're an independent woman, it's difficult for you to submit, right? Remember, in a relationship, I mean, personally, I want my man to be a leader in my household.
Very
right?
important because
I'm very much independent. I'm like emotionally independent.
You've got it right.
Yeah, so I'm emotionally independent and otherwise, financially and otherwise. So I want to understand from you, being such an independent woman, how do you feel about submitting to? Do you want a household where you go 50-50 with your man, or do you take off your sash and your crown by the door, and when you get inside the house, you prepare like meal for your man? What do you?
My question will have to be like, as a woman.
Yeah.
When did we become to associate our power to? Are we associating our power with ourselves to abuse it or to use it correctly? Right? Because now, as a woman, if I'm saying that I am the most well-educated, and when I get to my house and I cannot even, recognize and acknowledge that this man is my husband,
Yeah.
and I need to, when I was created, I mean, we need to really understand these terms. When you start to say somebody is your husband or somebody is your wife, what does it basically mean? You understand? It basically means that I'm a wife, and then a husband must love me as he loves himself, and a wife must submit to their husband.
Yeah.
According to that which has been an institution of, like, for an example, you're married.
Yeah.
So, but then it also starts from, having to unpack the thing of your identity as a woman. Who am I before I become a woman? And after I become a woman, then I can become a wife. And as a wife, do I understand what I am actually saying by becoming a wife? So, in terms of what you have stated about us having to say that, in my position, look, according to me, as I said, I'm born into the spiritual home of the religion. So, as a wife, I know that it's my mandate to submit to a man, but also it's also a mandate to rightfully take their position as the leader. You understand? And as well, I think most of the things have so much loopholes because we are living in a society whereby we have to say, no, but I don't necessarily need to do this. I can do this. But then there's an order.
Yeah.
We have been created by God, and God is the God of order,
Yeah.
and He actually puts certain things for us, in the order way. So the minute that you leave an order, then you are going to unfortunately go astray. So as a woman, know your position, know who you are as a woman. And can I tell you something again? With us women, when we work together.
Tell me! Talk to me! I'm kidding.
Oh my goodness. A woman is a ticket to favor.
Ooh.
Right?
Okay.
You are a ticket to favor.
Okay.
So as a woman, when I look into you,
what do they say?
He who finds a wife finds a good thing and obtains favor from the Lord.
Yeah.
Right? You understand?
Amen.
So you are a ticket to favor. And the fact that you're a ticket to favor, it basically means that naturally as a woman you are carrying favor. Meaning that once that favor has been attained and it's activated in the right way, you and the man that's in your life, as the God has rightfully ordained it to be so, you can be corresponding together to reach your destiny.
Yeah.
And to become a force of which it cannot be divided by anything, because we live in the world whereby there's so many evil voices.
Yeah.
But as a woman as well, you're a prayer warrior.
Yeah, right.
You need women to rise up in the areas of rightful places.
I think your answer is very much Christian based, right? You really sound like a woman that is like takes her spirituality and faith very seriously, right? There's women who like really just want to get married because of the event,
I
the
love
white
that.
gown.
I love that.
So submission to them, it's like, dude, what?
Can I love that.
Yeah, you're right. Because remember, there's you, like,
and there are other women as well.
There's other women that it's not a bad thing to go to church, right?
Absolutely.
Essentially, whatever that you believe in, it's fine.
Absolutely.
But there's women ballering, they will not answer me in the same way that you just answered me.
No, right?
You really sound like a person that was groomed by church.
Not everybody is Boipelo, you know.
There's exactly, and it's
I
hard. So
understand
there's
that.
women baloring lenyalo for bona ke leshila le
Can I
event.
please highlight this, guys? Can I please say this?
Yeah.
Can I please say this? There's a difference between a wedding and a marriage.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
There's a difference between a wedding and a marriage.
Yeah.
So a wedding is a diamond ring and a party. A marriage is you, your husband, and God.
Yes.
Right?
Nobody else.
Nobody else.
Yeah.
So the minute that we get to also unpack these things, the more we'll get to be more enlightened. Because today we have people marrying for all the wrong reasons. You understand? We have this much high divorce rate today because it's about the status. It goes back to that thing that, you know, we are people that are wearing a lot of masks, and it also goes back to the identity crisis, right? Like a marriage first, my darling, you know, from the very beginning, it was created by God.
Yes.
Marriage was not created by a human being, and if it's an institution that was created by God, it basically means that it also has principles and laws that are actually, in order for it to work,
Commitments.
it must be actually what applied to that. So in as much as you're a woman out there who aspires to become married or who actually prays to God for a marriage, you must be the kind of a woman who is a wife, because he who finds a wife finds a good thing. Because even becoming a wife, it does not only mean by the basis of a ring. I was saying to somebody, and some men will be like, but you know, where's the ring? And I'm like, the wife is the presence of the character, it's not the presence of a ring. Because I can also still have the ring, but still becoming a person who is not walking in the spirit of the wife or doing the wife thing.
Yeah, because look, you say
Character.
you say he who finds a wife
Finds
finds favor from God, right?
Yeah.
There's girls that say he who finds a wife is lucky, and that, you know what? I'm trying to come back to, let's not make it seem like when you have a wife you're lucky or you are privileged, right? Because there's women, no, it depends. Because there's women, Valorin, they don't feel their way, right? There's women that feel, oh, look, by marrying you, I'm making you a favor, therefore I deserve everything, I deserve to be taken care of, I deserve...
is not even, you know, being granted to the man. Because you must understand, right? A man is the head of the household. He's the man. He's the head of the. You understand? Of your family. You understand? And then from there, and once there comes you as a woman, a submitted woman. And then there's your children, your offspring that you need to nurture. So if there is anything, there's a saying that, you know, if you want to destroy the house, first start with the strong man. Who's the strong man? The head. So basically, this is one of the reasons why today we live in a society whereby if you look into our society, most men are longer there. Ask yourself why. You know, they've been taken out because the minute that a man has been uncovered, it basically means that, you know, the enemy can do as it pleases with us as children and women. This is where now even women, you know, we do not even get along with men today. Whereas I'm supposed to be building with my man, I'm now becoming the woman who says, nah, I don't need you. But we need each other, guys. You understand?
You're right,
so those are the things that we need to actually come into contact with. And also in terms of marriage, marriage is the most beautiful thing. And as much as love, it's the most beautiful thing. But as you get married, what are you getting married for? You must ask yourself that question. And it's a blessing from God. It's not something that you can get into a shop and buy.
Can I
tell you something? Sorry, guys. Can I tell you something? A few months back, I was with this Boko and I was sitting. You know what they said to me? It's like, oh, Boipelo, but yes, but one I got to figure it out. You're okay, but okay. Wait again, Boipelo. Today, you guys, you are getting married in the most glamorous and beautiful, whatever, and you guys look beautiful. But then Manyola Lena alas. You understand? You understand what I mean? And it's a matter, and it's like, no, Banabaka, kita ba ela ya hore a ritse hore na re na modimo le mmile guy today, because even the monyalo go batla kana you cannot have a successful marriage without God. You might try as much as you want. You can have multi-billions, you can have anything and ride those glamorous cars, but if God is not in it, you can also forget about it.
I think in the world that we live in, really, as much as it's a thing of God or whatever, we look at the world that we live in, right? So this, like, the rate of unemployment is so high. Women of today look at security and stability for men, right? I will not, don't bash me for this. Most people are married for stability and security.
That's where it's all
There's people that are in marriages, but the love of their lives are somewhere. This is why there's cheating in some way, because You are going to marry a guy that is going to take care of your kids and take care of the household, right? But you're going to go have fun and laugh and love, go next door.
And Lerato.
We're doing it for very wrong reasons.
And Lerato, can I please also highlight this thing?
Yeah.
Yes.
We are not here to stay for too long. Each one of us have been born with a purpose, right? And then it's so important for us to make sure that we reach those purposes, right? And when we speak about that, people are doing all of that, but at the same time, there's a destiny that awaits you for Lerato.
Yes.
There's a destiny for Tsokofadzo that he must live it out loud, right? So now you are getting to be in marriage, and then you know what I mean. And by getting into marriage, and as much as if you get to marry the wrong person, guys, you might get almost everything wrong. Not that you might, but you will.
Most definitely will.
So it's so important.
Because it's soul ties, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. Those things that we actually neglect talking about, guys, they have so much power that actually, as Lerato, there's somebody today somewhere, a young woman who's probably like, doesn't know where to go, is frustrated because of the decision that they have made into tying themselves with somebody of which was not even a right fit into taking them to their destiny or where they can actually become or realize who they've been called to become. Guys, God has given us a time, and as much as there was a time for you to be born, there's a time for you to die.
Yes.
In between, it's not the matter of you having to figure it out, but you have the God that you can speak to. And can I also highlight one thing again?
Yeah.
God does not say that come as perfect. He says come as you are.
As you
You understand?
Yeah.
Whether you're a drunkard, whether your history has been you've been a prostitute or whatever, just come as you are, and God Himself will do what is necessary for you, and He will restore you, because you know what? He loves us all.
Yeah.
And we are all welcome.
That's right. With that being said, let's not dwell too much on marriage. We're not married.
We're
We're not married, guys. We are available. So I want you to touch on. And again, I'm gonna pull this topic again about Miss South Africa. I saw that this year there's like so many changes. It's like
sorry, Darren. I know we want to get out of the marriage topic now,
Yeah.
but there's a question that came out from Sam Mpumalanga.
Oh, okay.
And then it's still about marriage. So I just don't want us to maybe go back. So, isn't it the purpose of marriage love, but also stability? Financially, right?
Financially?
Yeah, financially, emotionally, and spiritually. Do we not marry because we found all this in one?
Well, let me tell you something. First, when we speak about stability, is that I don't know how he's going to look at it.
Yeah.
But then, in as much as we get to be married, here's another thing that people misses out.
Yeah.
In marriage, you're not going to always be happy.
Definitely.
It's about the commitment. It's about the purpose. It's about the bigger vision or the purpose.
Unconditionally,
I always say that God is not going to bring you and me together just to look good and take pictures and post on Instagram. We have a mission that we need to accomplish together. We have a purpose that we need to accomplish together. You understand? So even when you speak about stability, when you get into marriage, stability, I would rather probably say, okay, fine, I am marrying, or we are getting married because it has been ordained, or rather, when we see or when we look into it, it is the matter of that we're complementing each other in such a way that as we move forward spiritually, physically, mentally, and all of those things, we are able to finally reach our destiny.
Yes,
Because
you're
at the
right.
end of the day, I am with you because we are to complete that thing and form a unit that cannot be destroyed by anything. This is also one of the reasons, God will say that, no man shall separate that which I've joined together, because when He joined it together, He meant that I wanted to build something out of these two people coming together.
Yeah.
So as a person, when you go out there and just, randomly select somebody else without also again saying, God, I am getting into this marriage, which is your institution, but is this person the right one for me?
Yeah.
And then He does not give an answer. At the same time, now this is what's going to happen. You are going to actually run the loss of finances, of peace of mind, of everything. But then when you get married, it's about purpose.
Yeah.
That's why even as the first thing that I said, at the beginning, it's like it's important to find your purpose, because out of it flows everything else. So as a person, when you get into marriage in that regard, it's a matter of, yes, you can get married. You don't even have to worry about anything else, guys. Look, man, like I said, everything else has been figured it out.
Yeah.
You just have to ask God. That's it.
So
I think in my perspective, to answer Sam, hey, realistically speaking, I hear what Boipelo is saying, which is very much true. Let me give you an example of myself, right? I'm a single mother. So do I marry a guy that I'm in love with? Do I marry a guy that is going to be a figure to my son, who respects me and loves my son? who is much more able to take care of us, right? In opposed to a guy that I love genuinely. Remember, love is not everything, right?
Yeah.
People that get married for, oh my God, I'm so in love, I'm smitten. Normally they don't last because there's gonna come financial problems. There's gonna come clashes are bound to be there. But if I'm going to marry a guy that is more realistic, a guy that is going to secure a future for us, right? A very stable home, education for the child, health, everything. He ticks the boxes, right? It makes more sense because what is love going to do, guys, in the
Love
house?
alone, love
Life
alone doesn't
buy
work.
info. Love does not pay the
Love
bills.
alone doesn't
you know
work.
what I will say? Can I please get a little bit deeper?
Yeah,
I'm
thank
going
you.
to say this. I'm going to say this, right? I'm going to highlight this one as you allow me to say that, I will say that as a woman,
Yes.
your womb was not only to carry your child,
Yes.
but it was also to birth out the vision of the man that you are with, right? Spiritually, so because everything else that's in the spiritual before it manifests physically.
Yeah.
So when you limit yourself according to the things that you can only see with your own eyes, you are limiting who you can also become. So this is why I'm going to tackle down this thing of, I can't date Tokofazo. Tokofazo does not have a car. Tokofazo does not have a money. You don't know. If you look into Tokofazo,
I'm balling, but
you
I'm a ball, let's
you
go.
can be looking into but Tofazo could probably be like a potential billionaire, but simply because you're not able to see the
In that moment.
Exactly.
Yes.
So as a woman, this is why it's so very, very important in our society for women to take up, to really know who they are and the power they carry. Lerato, as you are, you know that you've been gifted with the power of influence as a woman.
Okay.
I don't want to take it in that other way, but then you have been gifted with the power of the influence. Ask yourself, why in most of the advertisements there is women? You understand? Why beauty is there? When you open on social media, you see women, you know what I mean? You get what I'm talking about? That is what it is. As a woman, you have the power of influence. So as you are
I think we've listen, I'm going to try to say this in, like, I'm not generalizing, right?
Can we touch this point and then remove
Move
it?
forward. To just close it up. I'm not gonna generalize, right? Because we're really trying to touch on different perspectives of a woman, right? You offer yourself genuinely you, spiritually and organically you, and you get disappointed, and then you go to the next and feel like, you know what? Let me open my realistic eyes, where I'm going to benefit from this as much as he's going to benefit or whatever. We're living in a society that is so much like realistic.
The thing is, I feel like I wanna maybe ritual also like I feel like Basadi, when they're being approached by guys, it's more of a gamble for them because they don't know if the guy is genuine or not, and nobody has those supernatural powers to actually like sense the instincts or
the future
the future, what's going to happen with this person, So we just go with this thing. Basadi, they just go with it. Most of them, and it's sad.
It's not the matter, like I said, and I'm speaking this not to impose anything on anybody else, but I'm just going to speak as I am with Bilo and the experiences that I have, and I'm not even saying that I've had it from somebody else, but it's the things that I've experienced. To say that as a woman as I am today, to say that I cannot sense or whatever, but that's why I'm saying that it's very important to have that thing of your identity. And God is God for us all, and some people believe that, God is this or whatever, but God is for us all. And that's why I'm going to say it is so important. Like I myself as I am today, whatever the decisions that I make sure that, for the woman that I've become or who I am today, it's because of God. Because I did not make certain decisions about my life and say it's only Boipelo, but I was saying, God, please help me. God, how do I know this guy is the one for me? In as much I am Boipelo, but then, look, God, please protect me. If this one is not the one, you know what I mean? So I think as a nation, even today, even as women, as men, we have strayed away from the importance of having to have conversations conversations with God about who we are and our lives. And by so doing, we have taken that thing to think we can live in this world by our own self. But can I tell you something? We are still going to continually mess up because if you are at this age and you are telling me that you still need to go as many times to say, I'm still going to test the waters to see if this is the one, this is the one. For how long? For how long?
How many waters are you going to taste?
Understand? For how long? Whereas you can just say, God, like, you know what? I humble myself. Please give me the wisdom, direct my persons, you understand? And we all have the opportunity to believe. It does not matter, like I said, it does not matter who you are, where you come from. You have that privileges every day as you live to take up it with Him and say, God, please help me. I'm your creator. I'm your creation. You are my creator. That's it.
So the director
yeah.
So that we move and then we don't have to. Should I? Am I right?
South Africa.
Yes.
Am I right?
So
Okay.
Yeah, I think this is one of those complex topics.
Yeah.
Just like if we were to begin speaking about religion right now, it's an entire day. You understand? So
it's I can feel that
you get me?
So it's South Africa.
Exactly.
Yeah,
it's very complex in a way
that.
that yes. Again, we have to acknowledge that everyone has their own beliefs, understandings, and everything like that. You understand? As long as
we'll cut it short.
Yes,
wherever we can cut it.
you
and
understand.
Let's just touch
From
on
your own standpoint, you just have to respect what the other person believes in.
Absolutely.
You understand? And stand in what you believe in. As long as you believe in whatever it is that you think is true by you, you go with that. You understand? So as long as you believe or respect somebody else, then that's totally fine. And we thank you very much on that one. We're not closing this actually. We're having a very nice
Let's pay the
time.
bills.
During editing, you just cut it. I need her to touch on Miss SA.
Yeah, because we didn't.
Please,
Yeah.
we have it, and that's what I want us to do. Let's do
I needed
that.
to touch on Miss SA before.
No, you know the good thing about this is that we don't even have to cut anything. This is beautiful.
No,
we don't
do that. We don't do that. This is organic.
I needed to.
Let's pay the bills. Let's pay the bills.
That Miss SA and do her part there.
Let's pay the bills first.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Moving on African grounds, Edgy Images, Mint Media House, Zawadi Fragrance, our partners, like we want to mention them. You get the details at the bottom of the screen. And today we're focusing on Miss SA contestant. Boipelo. But like I'm giving you guys, I'm not saying a lot today because like I feel like it should be about you guys, like yes, me, I'm learning a lot from both of you, because there's a lot of things that we say. Say huh? What? What just happened?
No, it's a
girl talk.
It's a girl talking in front of me? What just happened?
Sisterhood.
No, I was just saying, like, I want you to, because and there's no one. Basupila anele reina, Basupila anele reina, and Lueno pila onele reina, pila ole mara group yamajida, lutando, It's very nice to have two women chopping it up, like the way they want to freely. And I feel like this platform should be promoted. It should be platforms like this where people are talking about issues that are that cannot be addressed in the public apparently, or in the society, stuff like that.
Yeah, actually, Harry Madogo. What a very good point you just brought up, actually.
Of course.
I've never actually.
Yeah.
I've never seen a podcast with women heading it, in any, whether it's creating, whether it's production, whether it's anything. I haven't seen a woman in the front of a podcast, So
there's a ghost lady somewhere.
Bro, it's always ghost lady everywhere, So this is perfect.
Oh wow.
Don't do this to me.
That's what I'm gonna say, guys. I don't want to talk too much. Once I start speaking, it goes on for too long.
Yeah, don't finish.
Yeah, and just before like you touch on this essay, there's another question that popped up, and then about it. But how did you handle okay, you were bullied. You mentioned that you were bullied at a young age, and then but how do you look at those people right now, or how do they even look at you? Is it different? Like when obviously you've dealt with it,
Yeah.
But then them, babiang towards you right now, today, because they cannot bully you.
You know, the thing is that you will never know if somebody's being real with you or not.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But then, obviously, when they meet up with you, they're gonna be, you know, a bit of like that's something of a remorse. You know, like I kind of really, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You know, but even though nka se go botse straight or ke sorry, but you know, I will try to at least do that ka di action. Ke reng ke sa mo ka re ke o treat a little bit better, ka o handle like an eknyana.
Yeah.
But yeah, and to be honest, that thing, it really hit me hard. You know, it really hit me hard because I used to think, but what did I do? You know, I mean, what did I do? What is it with me? You know, and I believe for somebody else again, they are probably going through the same thing. I remember the incident of the young woman in Limpopo, I think about a year or so, who committed suicide because you understand? This bullying thing, it's very serious because
very
it can
serious.
put you, it can put you in a place whereby you believe you do not belong in this world. You understand? So I think for me it was a matter of like, you know what, I don't know with what strength, but I definitely will rise up, you know, as God given, that I will definitely rise up and I'll be the voice to the voiceless. And these are the same key issues that of which when I speak about the societal issues that I want to deal with through my platform Yama South Africa, it's those things. And I said something about that, you know, it's not a singular cause that I want to, you know, talk about, but then it's a matter of I want to, because I've experienced different types of scenarios and situations, you know, on the ground whereby I think I can relate so much with people's struggles than to say I'm somebody and therefore I don't know what you are feeling. But because I've been down there in the struggles as well, I've seen I've seen young kids I've seen young kids stationary they get pregnant at an early age, understand? And those are the things that I've been exposed to, and I believe that I've been exposed to for a particular reason. And that's why even this platform of Miss South Africa, it's not even about me, because I realized that the experiences that I was given in this my life, it was a matter of like, you know, aligned to my purpose to say, as a young woman, you know, you are somebody else's answer, you know, you are somebody else. Somebody is waiting for your life to change in order for their lives to change as well. And ultimately, yeah, with bullying as well, when I look at them today, I've learned to forgive. You understand? There is no point in holding offenses. You understand? There is no point. I find no point in having to say I have an unforgiving heart. You understand? In as much as so like, yeah, it's very important to extend that grace to say you've done that, but I will forgive you. Sometimes you also don't. Sometimes you also have to forgive people even they didn't ask for the apology. To say it's fine.
Oprah says this. I use this quote so many times. She says, "Forgiveness is giving up the hope that the past could have been any different."
Oh, that's so powerful.
Yeah, she says that, and my interpretation is that I think we dwell so much on, you could have treated me this way, you could have said this to me instead of that, you could have. But if you accept that there's no changes that can be done there, you move forward. It's essentially not about yourself. It's just about, no, it's not about the person. It's about you. If you do that for yourself, you move forward.
And let bygones be bygones, you understand? And also, in as much as, like, I think as people, you know what I mean? Like, it's so important to extend. I'll give an example. You find this person and who's just, you know, and we see them even on social media today. The only thing that they do is spread negativity. When somebody's posting a picture, you know what I mean? Oh, like, you know, those people, like, they are projecting. You know, it's a root thing. Like, there's something in their selves that they haven't dealt with about themselves, that they reflected, or they, you know, it's an objection to another person to say, hey, like, so because I'm this person and I think, you know, in my head or in my thing, like, so you know what I mean? Like, I want to put you down because I'm down myself already. You understand? So we don't have to do that. We don't have to stoop that low, but you know.
Yeah, touching on Miss Essay, how do you feel about how different it is this year? I saw the requirements are very much relaxed this year. Married women can enter, transgender women can enter,
women with children
with children can enter. How do you feel about that? Because I was watching an interview with Stephanie Wheel that like there's so much negative comments to that. How do you feel about those changes? Do you feel like you guys have been living up to the requirements and then all of a sudden they are shifted. And do you feel robbed? Oh my gosh, I've been trying to like no kids, not married, whatever, and then all of a sudden Lorato can come out of somewhere, and then she's married and then enter.
Yeah, well, while not turning the blind eye towards that, I personally, I'm going to speak. I like to say we because I'm a voice to the voiceless, but in this case, I'm going to speak about myself and I'm going to speak about other people as well. To the other party, I think from what you just said, more like I didn't even actually see it that way. Hey, when you speak about like you've really held yourself this kind of way and all of that as a woman, no married, like obviously like I think even for maybe I could have long been married and maybe I had to really put it off and say I'm looking into this goal. You understand? Because Miss South Africa says I should not be married. You understand? And actually, to be honest, that's a realistic thing. That actually happened to me that I had to say no marriage right now, I'll wait. You understand?
You see where my question is
you
going?
Understand what I'm talking about?
Like,
It's
marry me now. At least let me get the crown and then we'll marry after,
that's exactly what I went through, to be honest. I went through that, but and as I went through that, but even right now, I just felt like, okay, fine, I get to, but maybe I'm that person who's just like, too open.
Do you feel like it's fine? How would you feel?
Don't you feel robbed?
No, I don't
Yes.
I don't actually feel robbed. I feel that as people, in as much as Miss South Africa, they are allowed to extend that to other women. You understand? In as much as I was about to say that I'm going to speak to the other party for the other party to say that I'm sure there are some women that feel that I have done this. Like I also took that decision to say not married yet, because I was waiting on Miss South Africa and all of that. But at the same time as well, for me, maybe it's because I'm so tuned and I'm so like focused into who I am and what I'm supposed to be doing in this world and all of that, that I feel that whatever that is meant for me, it will happen. And then it does not matter this certain things that I added on to whatever the purpose that I need to achieve. And when God says that I am to be in South Africa to achieve this certain mission or purpose, it shall be so. And then as well, I think it's very important to as we do that, as we reach for our stars, as we reach for our goals and we move forward, it's so important to also say an opportunity is here for somebody else. You understand? I mean, what about that somebody else again? Like I'm gonna look into the two sides of it. What about somebody else who probably got raped and got pregnant? You know what I mean? And their dream was to become Miss South Africa. So what are you saying about them? That they are not so deserving anymore. You understand? So I'm looking into the other two sides of that. You understand? So but then as I am, it did not take away anything from me. I believe that whatever that I go through as life, it's very important for me to look into everything as a perspective. Personally, from myself, I'm a person who's more invested into growth, and I believe that in each and everything there's an opportunity for me to grow as a person.
It really just confirms your response to when I asked you about like a woman's beauty, right? Because you really just focused on who you are, who you really are, your inner self and whatnot.
By the way,
but
we have 5 minutes left.
Don't you feel that is a contradiction to Miss SA when they really, when we were growing up, to us it was like you have to be petite, look a certain way, look. Essentially, I can just rock up and say I'm entering for Miss SA.
Those, I like it. I mean, I'm going to also mention Zozibini. One of the most, I believe, she was so impactful and right on time and purposeful to say that as a woman, beauty standard, you can still have it, with your haircut of Mandela. You know what I mean? You can go for it. And for me, it was a matter of definitely, cementing yourself, breaking those boundaries. And I believe that from South Africa today, as it preaches the message of that we want to celebrate all women. They are doing amazing thing, and which is so powerful. So but then again, it also gives us to say that as a woman, we now have the room to embrace our authenticity.
How do you feel? I know this is gonna, I don't know. Now that you've mentioned Zozi's hairstyle, right? How do you feel about a girl that is going to stand in front of a camera, advocate about a real African beauty, but still have a weave on and makeup? How does that make you feel? How does that make you feel? Because I don't know. I love makeup. I'm into hair, right? But I don't know. I felt some type of way about a girl that is going to stand in front of a camera, represent black girls with weave and makeup. For me, I just felt like go as you are and show them
The African
I know I
side
will
of
sound
it.
like I'm
Because yes, now we are wearing
No,
the
you know,
wigs.
you
I
know,
know.
I'm gonna sound
like you
like
gotta
I'm
look good,
contradicting
you know,
myself,
you gotta
right?
look good.
But for me, it's like if you're going to represent African women, go as is.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly. You must go as you are because it's almost like saying leave what you are preaching. You
Yes.
know, when you're saying something and you're living differently, then you are contradicting yourself. You understand?
Yeah.
So in as much as like that, I will agree with you. Like I always say to people, if what you are saying with your mouth does not match with your action, you are an accident that's already waiting to happen.
Contradiction.
You understand?
Contradiction.
So really, as a person.
Let's go direct.
Okay.
I just wanna wrap this up. This is gonna be my last question, and then Lutando, maybe I know you have last one.
Yeah, I do have.
The only question that I always ask people when they come here, I think it's very important that maybe like of this also, like of what do you wanna be remembered as?
Wow, what do I want to be remembered
Yeah.
as? I really want to be remembered as a woman who knew no limits. And who lived so authentically and maximized her God-given potential.
Nice.
That's great. These guys want to cut us off. I wanted to touch on the.
Okay.
2 minutes.
I wanted to touch on the is it 7 episodes or 10 of the Crown Chasers episode series where you girls are gonna come in and compete for the crown or whatever, although Lifitagori finalisting. I heard Stephanie saying something about it's gonna be like your Big Brother housewife meets The Apprentice meets that type of vibe. How do you feel? I think personally for me, I feel like it gives women a much broader platform to prove themselves. Right?
Thank you. I love it. I love it.
I love
That's
it.
amazing.
I love it. I think it's now. But let's kill me if you can.
No one's killing you.
You will not.
They better come through us first.
I feel like every competition in Zanzi is staged. You go to idols, if you are colored, you win this year, next year it has to be a black person, that other it has to be a white person, right? I also feel like with Miss South Africa, okay, if it's gonna be a range of black girls, okay, Venda won last year, we can't have a Venda winning this year. Obviously
it
we
was,
have to.
It was Limpopo, yes, Venda. It was Limpopo, and we also have Ndavi, our beautiful Ndavi, our president.
Nukeri, yes.
Yeah.
I feel like they're staged at the end of the day. Like, okay, ba dule so ko boardroom o ko apartmenteng ya bo Miss SA ba re ai man makwagala wina man a re Boipelo nyana.
I think truly because I've participated, I've been into this beauty pageant long.
Yeah.
So I think for this journey for almost 13 years now. And I've also participated behind. So what I will do is that there's so many things that is entailed into the preliminary sections, and the judging and panel and all of that. So even with that, for Miss South Africa, it speaks about can you be able to live in the dimensions of the values of Miss South Africa as be like your advocacy, your leadership, like those things. Can you definitely be able to not only say that I have these qualities but demonstrate them as well, right? And that's exactly what has been happening, or it is to happen with Miss South Africa platform. And also even going forward, judges, I'm definitely sure that they look into who you are, what you stand for, and also, and this with Miss South Africa 7, episode series, it's going to give people the open view into really this person is able to deliver in the office of Miss South Africa, right? Yeah, and I think that for me it's the most powerful transition, and we thank Miss South Africa for doing that.
Yeah, with that being said, literally we can go. This girl has a lot to share
we can stay
with
here for
us.
5 hours.
If we can, we will make a part 2. But for now, I think let's just let her take a breather. We'll definitely be. I just hope we'll also be with her on the journey of Miss South Africa. Like we are backing her up all the way. Support. We are fans. She deserves. Like, look, for me, you don't even have to win.
Groupie.
The fact that you deserve it, right?
Thank you.
And the fact that they're putting a crown on one person doesn't mean or better than whoever or whatever. I think you're smart, you're beautiful, you deserve, and for them to just choose one person, it's a competition at the end of the day. If they could, they literally could put crowns on everyone, because each and every girl deserves in their own way.
I personally, embody to say that I'm going to leave every day wearing my invisible crown. Continually change lives and continually do that. Whether I'm recognized or not, I shall do that.
Don't even say invincible, because the crown actually stands for the work that you do.
Oh wow!
You giving back to the community. You inspiring young women. You just doing that to inspire and to just give back to your community. That is the crown, because at the end of the day, when you go to do the work, you leave the crown behind, right? You leave the statue behind. So I think that's it. And yes,
oh my gosh, this was so amazing. Appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me.
No problem. Thank you for joining us and for making time and Lutando, and I can't thank you enough, bro. Thank you for making this show amazing. The guys behind the cameras, Mzwesh, our director.
I will.
Mzwesh behind the camera, Basi behind the camera, and our sound man and our other cameraman who's sleeping right now, Brian.
That's an insult. Don't do that to us.
And our friend of the show, Sam Mboshani of Zawadi.
Sam.
And from me,
best of luck.
The ladies.
Represent us.
Represent, Joe. Go kill it.
Look, girl, wherever you reach, it is it for us. You representing a whole community behind you. So don't get discouraged if you don't get to the final part. Wherever you reach, you've made it for us.
It's written. You know what I mean? As it is, and it shall be so.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
The African Postman, say like you mean in Stone Age, and the ladies, we out here.
Guys, you have to show for everything.
We got stoners in a podcast. Oh, say it like you mean it. Oh, we got stoners.